Hey y'all, and welcome back to a brand new video. I am so sorry that I haven't filmed in like over a month or uploaded. Some crazy things happened in October. I celebrated my 23rd birthday. I am officially 23. I almost said 21. I am 23. I then flew home for fall break, saw my family. We celebrated Thanksgiving early, celebrated my birthday, and then the week after that, I moved. The reason why I moved again is because of a couple of different reasons. First one being, I feared for my safety. My roommate had tried to attack me numerous times. One time she tried to literally kick down my door, screaming, calling me a bitch. And thankfully my door was locked, or else she would have tried to kill me. I don't know why. I wish I could. But as soon as I possibly could, I got out of there and I'm in a new space closer to campus. I am in downtown Nashville now. Now I would do an apartment tour because I've done an apartment tour of like every place I've been at. However, this is the only complex of this kind here in Nashville as of right now, and if I gave you guys an apartment tour, you would be able to narrow down and snoop where I live, and I don't want that to happen. So we're not doing that until I move out, unfortunately. But here's the new backdrop. But then after that week, I had to get my car towed because it stopped wanting to be a car. Turns out cars now need software updates, and they don't let you know when your car needs a software update. And if you don't get the software update, your car stops being a car. It's a hunk of metal at that point, and I think that's very, very stupid. But I got my car a week ago. Everything has started to calm back down, and I figured it was time for me to come back to the internet. I really wanted to do like this whole ADHD series in October because ADHD Awareness Month is October. But unfortunately, with everything going on, I wasn't able to. I also was too afraid to really film at my old place because I was scared my roommate would scream at me and attack me for talking too loudly. But anyways, I wanted to talk to you guys today about some current ADHD struggles that I've had. I was diagnosed with ADHD in March of this year and have gone through a lot in trying to learn what ADHD is, how it can affect your brain, how it can affect your behaviors, and how it can affect your everyday life. It's really strange knowing that I have ADHD and how that is like, it's literally a disorder in your brain. So of course it's going to affect literally everything you do because your brain controls every single part of your body. So it's crazy what I've learned thus far in this however many months it's been. It's November. So whatever, math. This year's just flown by so quickly, I can't do it. But one of my main struggles that I have had recently is I have forgotten to take my medication so much. Like this past week, I don't think I took my medication at all this week. And when I don't take my medication, my ADHD symptoms get worse. The medicine helps my ADHD. It helps me control it. It helps me regulate it a little bit better and helps me actually, be a functioning human being. And I've forgotten my medication like the majority of this week. So I have not been that functioning. Like I took my medication today for the first time in like a week. I usually don't take my medication on the weekends. Weekends are usually like relaxation time for me. I mainly just do work Monday through Friday because grad school is a little bit different than undergrad. But today I had to take it because I had some internship interviews and stuff, and I really needed to focus, and I really needed to get my ADHD under control. So I took my medication this morning, and I have gotten my life back together so quickly. Like I had trash and boxes everywhere because I just couldn't get myself to clean up. I literally would just stare at it for hours knowing I needed to clean it up, but I couldn't move to go clean it up. And I also needed to do dishes, and I needed to cook, and I needed to do laundry, and I needed to do this, and this. And I literally couldn't do any of it. I just kind of laid in bed, stared at all of it, and got angry at myself. Basically exactly what I was doing last year before I got diagnosed, which led to my diagnosis. So with my medication, it helps me being able to hone in on what I need to do, and be able to, actually move and do it instead of just staring at it for 2 hours. So that's been really nice, medication wise. But what really irks me is that when you tell people that you have ADHD, they think that some people think that ADHD doesn't exist, or that if you have ADHD, you are a drug addict. That's not the case. If you're actually addicted to something, you don't forget to do your addiction, because you can't get over doing your addiction. Like, you can't stop doing it. Like, yeah, we're so addicted to ADHD medication that we forget to take our ADHD medication. Like, explain the logic in that, saying that we're drug addicts when we literally forget to take our medication. And I know I'm not the only one, because, like, I've heard stories from other ADHDers who have forgotten to take their medication and then was called drug addicts. But taking my medication on time and remembering to take it has been really difficult, even though I have a reminder that goes off at 8 a.m. every morning. I still forget to take it. So that's been a huge struggle. I guess my next struggle that I've really had recently is impulse shopping. We're getting close to the holidays. It's November, so we're doing a bunch of Christmas shopping right now. And this is pretty normal for me, that when it gets close to the holidays, I'm wanting to shop more and more and more and more and spend more and more and more and more because of the dopamine. And that is still the case for this season, for this year. And I think with me not taking my medication this past week, I have spent more money than what I normally do. I've done a lot of what I call window shopping online as well this week. I've also impulse bought a lot of things, including this octopus and this chipmunk that's behind me. I don't know how well you can see those. And these plants, these like fake plants. I bought those. But I've impulse bought a lot, and it is a well-known fact that ADHDers can really struggle with money, and that's just because of our hyperfixations. We must do our hyperfixation, and then eventually, like, we'll buy all the things for this one project, and then we're done with the project in 2 weeks, and we never touch those things again. But yeah, we just spent $200 on them. So that's been a huge struggle for me. And just trying to regulate my spending a little bit, because, like, I am at a more expensive apartment now. I have to really watch my money because I have rent to pay, and that's been a struggle for the first time in a long time. That's been a struggle for me. In undergrad, I didn't really have to struggle that much because my rent was pretty cheap and cost of living was really cheap. So, like, I could go fly through the radar, but I can't here. Like, here, it's a struggle. I've also really struggled with procrastination because I've moved. My commute is much shorter. I am on the road maybe 20 minutes a day instead of up to 4 hours a day. Traveling back and forth from Belmont to Murfreesboro, I was on the road an hour and a half, 2 hours each way. So you're looking at 3 to 4 hours a day on the road. That's a lot of gas too. And, like, I got in a routine. Like, I was good, and, like, routines are really good for ADHDers, but we hate routine, but we all need routine. Like, we hate routine, but we need the routine. I'm definitely one of those. And I got into a good routine. Like, I was good. Scared, but I was good. And now I'm in the process of changing that routine, and my brain doesn't like that. My brain hates changing routines. And especially since come January, I'm going to be changing my routine yet again. My brain definitely does not like that. So I've been struggling a lot with that, and because I don't have a routine, I have put off a lot of housework, a lot of schoolwork, a lot of YouTube, a lot of just stuff that I need to be doing and that I want to do, but I've been putting it off because I don't have a schedule for doing it yet. And my brain doesn't like schedules, but yet it needs schedules. It's a very hard, complex issue. But that's been a huge struggle for me recently as well. I've also really struggled with remembering where I put stuff and if I even have things, which that's also normal with ADHDers. Out of sight, out of mind. We forget the thing exists. That even happens with people, unfortunately. And I have forgotten where I've put so many things recently. It is ridiculous. I've also forgotten to do stuff because I don't write it down on my iPad because I have a planner, but like the planner isn't working for me right now. So I'm using my iPad as my planner. And if I don't write it down and if I don't look at it, I forget to do the thing. I forget that the thing exists. Like I got emails earlier this week about my internship interviews that were due today. And because they're on videos, they're like, you just have to like record yourself answering some questions, like written out questions. And I had totally forgotten that I had to do those until I got a reminder email last night saying, hey, don't forget, you got to do these interviews. And it's just like, oh yeah, that's a thing. I forgot I have to do that because it was out of sight, out of mind. And I have also forgotten where I put like my microphone and like my little light to go on my camera, but I don't know where I put it. I can't not remember where I put it, and I actually forgot I had it. And then I remembered out of the blue, and I can't find it because I don't remember where I put it. Same goes for my microphone that I'm using right now, which kind of sucks, but also is better than the regular audio on my phone, like the regular microphone on my phone. So I gotta find some stuff. And I have forgotten some things existed as well. Like I have forgotten, I forgot I had zip ties. And then when I was unpacking, I found my zip ties and I was like, oh, I forgot I have zip ties. So it's been a lot of fun rediscovering what I have. It was fun rediscovering all of my stuffed animals because they've been packed away in a box for months because I didn't have a spot for them in my old place. I now have a spot for them. And honestly, it's been nice. It's been nice remembering stuff. I'm hoping that these struggles will get better in the coming weeks. I, of course, will keep you guys updated. If you or a loved one have ADHD, don't forget that there are other people out there for you. We do support you. The ADHD community has welcomed me with open arms, and I have been very grateful for that. Not many communities have done that for me. Unfortunately, I've been hated for existing for a lot of different things. So, if you're part of the ADHD community, thank you for being kind to me and welcoming me into the community and helping me learn. It's been very needed, so thank you for that. If you have ADHD or you suspect you have ADHD, don't hesitate to reach out for support. We are all here for you. We've all been where you are. Many diagnoses of ADHD start off with a self-diagnosis, and then you have to advocate for yourself to a doctor to get the medical diagnosis, if you are even able. Not everyone has the privilege of getting a medical diagnosis. So if you suspect you have ADHD or you have been diagnosed with ADHD, welcome to the community. We love you, we welcome you, and you're not alone. And that was one of the biggest things for me when I joined the community, was finding out that I wasn't alone, that a lot of the struggles that I beat myself up about was real and that I wasn't alone in them. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some sort of encouragement or support in some way if you have ADHD. Just knowing that you're not alone in this, because that really helped me. I do hope to post more ADHD content in the future, along with more arts and crafts, because that is my therapy. Anyway, y'all, I will talk to you guys very, very soon in my next video. I'll see you guys then. Bye, y'all.